Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream Home in Arizona. My name is Kamya with Engel & Volkers. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 7 mistakes new home buyers make. So let's get started. So first-time home buyers often make common mistakes during the home buying process. So here's 7 of them to avoid. First is not researching and budgeting properly. Before starting the home buying process, it's crucial to research the housing market, the neighborhoods, the prices in your desired area. Additionally, create a realistic budget that considers not just the purchase price, but also the closing costs, the ongoing expenses like property taxes, insurance, potential maintenance of the home. Remember, you now own the home, so all the maintenance is completely up to you. So, number 2, is failing to get pre-approval. I know I've talked about this so many times in the past if you watched any other videos, but you have to really understand how important it is, because your pre-approval is going to set your limit on the purchase of the home, and it's also going to give us a good starting point. So when we're out and we're looking for a home to purchase, let's say we find the perfect house, you want to put an offer in, but we can't because we don't have a pre-approval, and then someone else beats us to it. So let's go ahead and get that pre-approval done before we even start looking. I can't say it enough. It really will help you in the long run to get that pre-approval done way beforehand. So number 3, skipping the home inspection. That's a huge mistake a lot of first-time home buyers make. You see, when they start looking at a home, and we discuss the down payment and the closing costs. There's some closing costs that you have to pay beforehand. And sometimes you walk into a nice home and you're like, there can't be anything wrong with it. It's practically brand new. It's either been, let's say, remodeled, or maybe it is a brand new home. You still should get a home inspection. That's one of the biggest mistakes. And don't just have your dad come in and take a look at it unless he's a home inspector. But a home inspector will actually go through and really look in all the nooks and crannies of that home. And it does cost a bit of money. It's based on the square footage. So the larger the house is, the little bit more you're going to pay. But honestly, it is probably the best, $200, $300, $400 that you're going to spend. You're going to get a 60, 65, 70 page report. There's a lot of information. And of course, if you have a pool and the home that you're buying, you want to get a separate pool inspection. You probably want to get another HVAC inspection. There's a lot of inspections to be done, but you really do need to have that home inspection done for sure. It is not, I don't want to say it, but you don't have to have it. It's not like contractual, but if you don't want a home inspection, especially if you're working with me, there are several forms I'm going to have you fill out that expresses that I'm telling you that you should have a home inspection, and you're saying, no, I don't want a home inspection. So later, I told you so. That's kind of what the paper says. So that's kind of how important it is. If I have to have you sign a couple forms, probably a really important thing to do, don't you think? So number 4 is overlooking additional expenses when budgeting for your home purchase. So we talked about the home inspection, but there are other expenses like property taxes, homeowners insurance, utilities, maintenance. There's possibly homeowners association fees. You have to know all of your fees that you can budget for. And of course, food, vacations, you want to be able to live. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. So that's what I always tell my buyers when they say, Kamya, I got pre-approved for $300,000. Okay, well, this is what your monthly payment is going to be. Are you still going to be able to, take those vacations? If your car breaks down, are you okay to have that extra money? Or is this all going to be going to your house? Remember, you still have to live in the house. So let's not put every dime you make into that mortgage payment and the utilities and the expenses and mortgage insurance and homeowners insurance and HOA. Let's make sure that you have, you can still have that nest egg if possible. That's always important. You buy the house to live in it. You don't live just to buy the house. Okay, so number 5. So the importance of location. Location is a critical factor when buying a home. You need to consider the proximity to your workplace, schools, amenities, transportation options. Also evaluate the neighborhood safety, any future development. If there's like a huge vacant lot behind the house, really look into it. Who owns it? What could possibly be built there later? You don't want to you don't want to buy a home and you think, oh, it's so private and it's rural, or it's, we have this great view, and then a shopping mall goes up behind you. So kind of really know. Now, not always you're going to know, because some things are built many, many, many years later, but sometimes you have a good idea. You can see who owns the land now. And you also want to see what's the potential resale value later. So ignoring the location aspect may result in a lot of regret later. So always look at the location. And I always suggest to my buyers, if you like the location, you love the schools and everything's good, start out in the morning, drive to the home during the inspection period, go to the home, leave that home the same time you would be leaving for work every day. Is there a lot of traffic? Are you waiting in line, at this huge intersection, trying to just get out of your neighborhood every morning when you'd be leaving? That's something that you might want to also consider doing. That's always important, especially in neighborhoods that, don't have a lot of ins and outs to them. So it's something to look into. So for sure. Number 6. Rushing to purchase. It's essential not to rush into buying a home without proper consideration. Take your time, explore different options, compare prices, and evaluate various properties. Don't succumb to pressure or make impulsive decisions that may lead to buyer's remorse. And so buyer's remorse is definitely real. Like when you get under contract, you're going to feel, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? But the least amount of pressure you're going to feel is when you don't feel rushed. I know the market can seem a little crazy right now. And sometimes it's better to wait than to buy something that you don't want or something that you're settling for. So keep that in mind. There's always going to be a house later. I know there's a lot of talk about the interest rates going up and everything, but there is ways that we can get your interest rates down and even have some of the closing costs and everything covered. So, take your time. Make sure that you're making the right decision on where you want to be. Of course, the locations, the schools, the amenities, and the house itself. Don't rush into it, for sure. So number 7, my personal favorite. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of first-time home buyers make is they don't work with a real estate agent. Okay. Sometimes they feel, I can't afford it or something like that. That's not the case. When you're buying a home, the commission is paid when the seller lists and the seller sells. So don't think that, I can't afford it, or I don't want to, I can do this on my own. I can look in Zillow. There's a lot of things that can go wrong during the home buying process. The biggest mistake that you can have as a home buyer, first time, second time, 100th time, is that you don't work with a professional real estate agent. We know the ins and outs. We know the area. We know the contract. So please work with a real estate agent if you're buying a house. It is a huge purchase and you don't want to go it alone. Trust me. Knowing what I know after all of these years, even if I'm buying a house, I would have somebody else take a look at it. Somebody else, another set of eyes, take a look at it, because I know emotionally I would be too close to the situation. So it's really important to hire that professional. But bottom line is, if you are in the market for buying a house, it is still a great time to buy a house. So give me a call. The number is going to be listed above here. And please reach out with any questions you might have for now or in the future. And I will definitely be seeing you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. See you guys next time.